All right, I'm going to count down from 3. I'm going to do my little dance that I have to do, and then I'm going to bring you guys in one at a time. Ready? Oh, here we go. 3, 2. Welcome back, everybody. It's your time to EdUp here on the EdUp Experience podcast, where we make education your business. Dr. Joe Salustio back with you again here at the Walt Disney World Walt Disney World. I said that twice. Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin Resort. I've done this so many stinking times. We are here at Anthology Together 2022, talking to anthologists, to users, to super users, to people that are doing the hard work of serving students. And I've got 2 more right in front of me today. They are ready to talk. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring in first. He is Jackson Lewis, and he's an institutional research specialist at Crowder College. Jackson, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you ready for this, Jackson?
Absolutely.
Are you sure? Because I can't even get my own name right. Here we go. Let's bring in our other guest. Here she is, Helen Hale. She's Director of Student Success and Retention at Crowder College. Helen, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I am now 1 cup of coffee in, which is too short of where I usually need to be. But we're going to work on that after this episode. Talk about Crowder College a little bit. Level set for us for the audience as we talk through this. Where is Crowder College? What do you guys do? How do you do it? Whoever wants to take it.
All right. So Crowder College, we're a 2-year open enrollment institution in Southwest Missouri, just about 10-15 minutes southwest of Joplin.
Yeah. And what do you, so, okay, 2 years. So what does that mean? Associate degrees? Does that mean you're doing degree completions? What does that mean?
Associate degrees, certificate training, workforce development, that sort of educational opportunity for our community.
All right. So is it a rural college? Are you in a, talk about the area around Crowder College to give us an idea of the geography?
Sure. We're strong in agriculture. So our property has a farm. We're rural. We service a 9-county region down in Southwest Missouri. And
I love that when I said, are you rural? And you said, we're strong in agriculture. It's like answering yes without saying yes. I love that. I love that because those agricultural programs are really important, right, to those areas.
Yes.
Farming, it's a community impact for those agricultural programs and so on. What's enrollment like these days? How are you guys doing? How are you faring in this very difficult time for higher education?
Go ahead.
Oh, all right. Yeah, Helen looked at the IR guy. Yeah. So,
well, the IR guys, the IR people
numbers.
Usually know the numbers.
He has the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think that we're kind of tracking with a lot of other folks in the community college space, just a bit of a consistent decline. It's, higher education has that cyclical nature.
Yep.
And we're on the down right now. Hopefully soon it'll be kind of back up. Personally, Crowder is starting to plateau a little bit. So that's very exciting for everybody. We're happy to kind of see students coming back in the doors post COVID, post other stuff that we've been through just personally. So,
and summer we had a credit hour increase.
Yes, this summer we had our first credit hour increase since 2017.
Oh, we like that.
100%.
That's an amazing thing when we have credit hour increases in higher education. That means net tuition revenue increases, which means you have money to reinvest in your college and your employees and so on. So what are you guys doing here? You're in Anthology Together 2022. Mm-hmm. What do you talk about where you are with Anthology? Are you users? Are you implementing?
We're implementing.
This is interesting. Okay, yes. So how's it going so far?
It's good. We're implementing the Reach product with Apply and Succeed.
Wonderful.
Yes, and so we are. They do several sprints, and so we're at sprint 3. We're working on our application management development, and we're redeveloping our application process for our general population of students, which is lots of fun to do data migration and matching fields.
Yes.
All those things.
Field mapping.
Yes.
So how ready are you for Anthology, and what have you been using? Let me ask you that. What have you been using, if you were willing to tell me? If it's Excel spreadsheets, that's fine. And if you don't want to tell me, how excited are you to move to Anthology?
I think, it's a combination of things, but go ahead. I'll let you take this one, Jackson.
Oh, no. So, yikes! Well, what we were using. So back in like 2015, 2016, we were putting a lot of our leads into our SIS, which was the lead graveyard. They just kind of sat there.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Yikes, indeed. And then I had the opportunity as a student to help create a pseudo CRM product. So we've been using that homegrown system in that meantime, and I'm very excited to complete transitioning to Anthology and kind of kill support on that product.
Yep.
Yeah, I bet. So how do you, from an IR perspective, what are you hoping for? And what does your institute, because if you've used Anthology or been a user of Anthology, you know what it's capable of, which almost might be overwhelming for an institution that has been kind of moving along. I've been at some too, where it's like, well, this is the data we have a combination of systems, homegrown here.
Yep.
And then you get this boom.
Mm.
It's like, oh my God, all these insights. How do you control that? How do you inch in, and is that being discussed in the change management process?
I mean, it's all about organizational change. You're going to have natural resistance always, because this is the way it's always been
Of
done.
course.
Or, oh my goodness, our jobs are changing a little bit. But yes, let's make it more effective.
It's for the better.
It is for the better, absolutely. And so we're processing through some of that, realizing let's not talk about what we've always done. Let's talk about the potentials of where we can go. And so I know the admissions team is working on building those things, what it looks like for admissions and recruiting. And this whole process started because I was looking for new retention software.
Level up.
I know, it was a level up.
You got
And
more than
so
you bargained for. That's
It
for
was
sure.
it was great. So we could get two components into one product.
This is how the whole thing started. Was it looking for retention software and it
Yes.
turned into Anthology?
Yes.
Wow. So you were the spark? Were
I
you the
am.
spark?
I'm the project lead. Yeah. I'm
Oh,
the
wow.
project lead now. So yeah, it's lots of fun and lots of communication.
How exciting and how excited is the rest of the institution for this? Or are there some nerves? Is it like, oh no, because everybody goes, what is this going to mean to me in my job? Right.
Right. And I think some of that is definitely evident in our communication. Some people are still like, wait, well, now how does this get from the Anthology piece into our current student information system? Because we're keeping our SIS. We're not moving that component at this point. And so it's still going to be continual data migration. And so there's still people like the functionality of it, how it works. But we are steadheady, on that course. So
one of the things that's always nerve-wracking about implementing new technology, and I was talking about it with one of our first guests on Monday, is not setting up systems to map and match exactly the way they are right now, because that's what people are comfortable in and what they're comfortable with. And then there's this piece where you want to be uncomfortable, you want to learn the new system, but natural tendency is to say, well, this is the way I do this, and I want this to be exactly the same in this system.
Yeah.
What do you do with that? How do you manage that whole thing?
I mean, a lot of it's just talking people through it, right? Because we all want the same thing. Like, we want a good experience for our students. We want to see them succeed.
Right.
So how do we get there? And sometimes the old way did that. And sometimes the new way is going to do that better. So just trying to get everyone along slowly but surely. It's an exercise in patience, but it's important. I mean, you have to dedicate resources to bringing your people along.
And it's just explaining. I think sitting down and explaining, even sometimes one-on-one with the person who either doesn't understand or doesn't see the possibilities, right? Some people see possibilities and some people
Sorry, that's
don't.
me hitting my microphone again. That happens quite often.
It was like the echo of this awesome thought that I'm having.
This almost could be a sound effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
So it was fabulous. However, so sitting down and explaining, like, okay, I know you're used to this. However, look at the possibilities and the improvements that we're going to make for the student experience. And your job will be less manual, and it's going to be more efficient. And there's going to be some things we're going to check.
But will I have a job, Helen?
Yes.
Is my job going to be completely eliminated?
We're going to restructure.
Do you need to lay me down on the couch right now and talk to me about how my job's only going to improve, not be eliminated? I mean, seriously, that is a worry, right? When you knew it's like, well, but I handle that process. I'm the one that does that. So there's this whole change management process that goes on. Is this a top down, where your president is involved, your other departments are involved? Is it a bottom up, a top down? Talk about that.
I organized an implementation team that included so many different key players across our 5 locations
Mm.
to
Oh,
include
that's got to be even harder that you have
branch
multiple
campus,
locations
yeah,
and branch
campuses, plus our main campus, and then we've got representatives from all of our different divisions. So the academic affairs, the student affairs, the IT support, and even communication with business. So I think there are champions that are super excited for this and integrated in throughout different parts, and it's just going to be a matter of opening it up. We're thinking about having an open, hey, welcome to Anthology, when we have our staff return, staff all day. What do we call it? All staff day.
All staff. All staff day.
Been
Love
there
it.
11 years, so I can't remember.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you. It's also early in the morning. Jackson, talk to me about data. All right. Because you've got to be excited. Like, you've got to be like, okay, I can pull this and I can show Helen this, and this is going to help us retain more students, or this is going to help us find more students, or enroll more students, or keep more students, or increase fundraising if you do that. I mean, so there's going to be a lot of insights that you provide. Do you even know where to start? Or are you just going, give it to me and I'm going to do something with it?
Yeah, well, so right now I'm a little like over involved on the implementation team because I have to work on retiring that old system still. And so we're like in survival mode, like got to get through this implementation. So I think Helen and I are both just super hungry for like that day one, like go live. What can we actually do with this? Like, so I don't know, being able to look at things like, where are we losing students in the application? Like, we serve a very important demographic in the community college sphere where we've had students apply who might not know how to read. They might not know what a credit hour is. And so being able to see where we're losing people and where we can improve terminology and set safeties to help people get through the process, that's going to be a game changer.
Or even like right now, we have a front-facing application that students don't have to log into, and they have to do it all in one sitting, and they may never finish it, and we would not know. We're not necessarily tracking that. So in this new system, we'll be able to see an app partially, like process before it's processed.
So you can reach out to the student and say, hey, you got stuck.
How can we help you? Or, that becomes another lead.
Amazing.
Well, and the data follows, right?
Yes.
First, you need visibility.
Absolutely.
And then you look at the data.
Absolutely.
How important is visibility? Do you think you have a university-wide readiness for visibility, or you think there's some fear of visibility? Because sometimes visibility isn't positive all the time.
I think it's going to be a work in progress. People know we're working on this project, but I'm not sure how. We're working on updating the college with stages,
right?
So that it's not so overwhelming. Crowder has undergone a lot of changes with infrastructure and with even organizational positions and things like that here recently. So too much change can be very overwhelming for people. And
visibility is always good, but sometimes when you provide visibility into job roles and stuff, you go, oh, we need to fix that. We need to do something with that. So it does create points of action.
Absolutely.
Right? And your job's really hard, Helen. You both have really hard jobs, but retention is so hard. It is such a hard job. And especially when you're dealing with students in a tier college who are a fender bender away, a phone bill away, a kid
all
got
the
us cold away, and I had to go pay a copay, and now I can't enroll in my next class. These are really hard things to overcome. How do you deal with that on a daily basis?
Well, it is a daily it's a daily conversation with students, and reaching out to them. Right now we rely on our faculty to send us information about the student. They have to manually go in and fill out a report for us. So we're really looking forward to some automation with Anthology retention, the Succeed portion, which is going to be great for us in our dashboards. But yeah, it's just understanding that student experience and student journey and knowing our students. We had a couple of years ago a student who couldn't pay off his bill, so we couldn't enroll him for the next semester. But he was like, hold on, I got to go sell my cow. Like he literally had to go sell a cow in order because that's their livelihood. And so he's like, I'll be back after I sell my cow. And then, we've had another student who was like, I'm going to take my truck to to go sell my truck because I don't need this when I've got the other farm truck. So there's just different situations and learning how to talk those options and getting them connected to all the right community resources, and helping them find a
I mean,
way.
that's when you're talking about that, I'm just going, my mind is blown. Elvin's
Yeah.
over here. He's doing cartwheels. He's so crazy.
Yeah,
But I mean, truly, that's
helping them
commitment.
helping
Yeah.
them find housing that's affordable, or even just reconnecting them to jobs, or helping them reminding them that there is a means to success with the educational opportunities. And we have
Level up.
certificates too. We have certificates, so they could do school for one semester and get a credential
in and out. So
that
you're dealing with a
allows
lot of
them-
adult students then.
We do have a lot of non-traditional students that are working full-time, and they're also doing schools, so balancing all those life roles and just trying to help that student make the best decisions educationally, while we're also helping them reach their career and educational goals.
And you think Anthology is going to help you do this.
It's going to streamline our communication efforts completely, rather than us having to do more manual work right now. Because there's just not enough time in the day to reach out to all those students when we know that they're going through things.
So I'm going to, and I'm sure it's going well, but I'm going to double down here and say to Anthology, make sure you're giving extra special attention to my friends here at Crowder College, Jackson and Helen. They do very important work in their community. We want to make sure that they have an amazing experience like we are at Lindenwood University. It sounds like you are having an amazing implementation experience.
I'm our implementation team from Anthology side, our project lead is from India. And so a large part of our team is actually based in India. Shout out to Anup and Vishal, because they are amazing. I spend like 10 hours a week with them on Teams meetings.
And they probably work US hours.
They're working on our time, but so I'm like, what time is that? And I hear, but we're getting to know each other it's about a relationship and this partnership that is just been, incredible for me. I don't know, Jackson, you're on the data side, so.
Oh yeah, they hate me, but that's
like, can we get this in there? Can we get this in there? Oh yeah,
dragon feet, right?
Yeah.
I mean that's part of it, right? It's a growing pains piece, and it's the implementation team challenging you, the university, to say, where is your data here, and you need to clean it up. If you're going to clean this data up, if you're going to bring it over, you go, wow, garbage in, garbage out. Like if we don't clean this up, we're going to have a bunch of garbage, move it from one bin to the other. So there's a lot of internal work you have to do to get ready for an implementation like this.
Shout out to my data team, because they are working their heinies off for me.
100%.
Maybe 101%.
Probably. I need to make them some brownies or something. So.
Well, there you have it. Go ahead, Jackson.
Well, I was just saying, like, it really, just to tie it all back to Anthology and Together, we talk about getting this system and improving things for students. And, Helen said the word automation, and that's scary to people because, like you mentioned, it's like, is this going to replace my job? But everyone who works in the community college system knows it's like, you don't have one job. You have,
many
5 jobs in a trench coat that are disguised as one job. And so getting to where we can shave away those responsibilities that a computer could do, where people can actually interact with their students and have that conversation. Because it's like, if you don't have the office hours or availability for that student to come tell you they can't pay their bill or they need to go sell their cow,
right?
I mean, they don't know.
Yeah,
they
that's
just
not a
drop
metaphor.
the class and you never see them again.
Yeah, we're not using it as a metaphor here. That literally happens.
It literally,
Students go sell their stuff to continue on.
Well, they raise bottle calves and things, so it's time to take it to the market.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, I haven't sold my cow yet, so let me go sell my cow and then I can pay my tuition.
Wow.
But I think that's what this product is for us, though.
Yeah,
it's like buying people back the time that they need to have an impact with students that technology can't do.
That is a critical insight. We're
Absolutely
buying back time. We'll love that for the title of this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are again, my guests. He is Jackson Lewis, and he's an institutional research guru, mastermind, if you will, at Crowder College. And we have Helen Hale. She's pulling the strings, Director of Student Success and Retention at Crowder College. Ladies and gentlemen, you've just EdUp'd. Good job. Good job, you guys.